What's up, y'all? Welcome to the M's in the Grid channel. Hope you guys are doing well. It's a beautiful day outside. Nice sunny day. It's about like 60 goddamn degrees. I started with a jacket, took it off. Listen, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. I'm going to talk about him objectively. No, I'm not a stan. I'm not a fan. I didn't really follow him crazy at the height of his his climb to fame. I listened to a lot of the discussions. You know me, I like to sit back and peep things in a way, trying to see how they develop, more than jumping in one side or the other. This is Middle Path M's. And so, listen, it's very interesting. First of all, rest in peace to the brother, right? Like, here's a man that was on his social media grind for some time. A lot of people didn't know. He just only recently, exploded into fame when he went into this relationship niche. He's been at this for some time. He's made a name for himself. He's become noteworthy. He opened up a lot of doors for a lot of conversations that we haven't really, we've had, but we had in a different way, right? Most of it entertaining as hell, bro. Like, if y'all watch Kevin Samuels, y'all know you was gonna get some laughs. You was gonna get some chuckles. It could have been at anything. The way he used to roast some of these chicks, the way he used to roast some of these men, however you felt about his mannerisms and his setup, dude was cool. He did it in an interesting enough way that he ended up with 1 million followers, right? So rest in peace to him. Condolences to his family. And for you guys that are like true hardcore Kevin Samuels fans, I'm not here to you understand, I'm not trying to shit on your parade. And if I say anything crazy, I'm not trying to offend you. So I was going to make a video back in the day about my take on the gender wars, right? Because at the height of his discussions, I was peeping how people were getting triggered, right? So I'm just going to do a basic overview of some of those ideas. So there's two different demographics that he targeted. Understand that this guy was what was he? He was an image consultant and a marketer before all of this, like a master marketer. He used to, according to him, make a lot of money doing this, dealing with images and marketing. And y'all know how it is. Those type of people with those minds study social topics and commentary and know how to get a response out of people. So you get eyes on a topic or a subject. It doesn't always have to be positive, as long, y'all know, if y'all get good press, bad press. So he was one of those, man. And that's not a knock to him. I'm just saying, the brother was smart and he knew. So peep this, y'all. I'm gonna come at it from two angles. There's two spheres that Kevin Samuels, there's two spheres that he was influencing, from my opinion. I got put onto the term incels, which is funny to me, right? Like, it's a group of men, and for those of y'all that don't know, I just recently learned about this. Involuntary celibate men. I heard the term incel, and I'm like, ain't that like one of them, you know what I'm saying? Well, you can't say that term, but ain't that one of them, like, those weird people that shoot up places? And I was like, no, an incel is a involuntary celibate men. And allegedly, you know what I'm saying, underneath all this whole manosphere talk, there's this, I'm not saying how large it is, and I'm not coming at y'all. If y'all follow him and you have a great dating life, I'm not coming at you. I'm just saying there's a small subgroup or subcategory of men that are saying they're involuntarily celibate. What does that mean? It means that they have decent jobs, they have mid-tier jobs, they live on their own, they take care of themselves, and I guess are mildly handsome. I don't know. And they're claiming they are date worthy, but none of the women will date them because the women of today's time have such high and lofty expectations as to what type of men they can date. This is them, not me. I'm not saying whether this is right or wrong. This was Kevin Samuels' argument. That, one of his arguments was that, like, a lot of successful women won't date men that are not making enough money. And they need to lower their expectations because they're not worthy of some of these quote unquote high value, highly economically stable men. So anyway, that's one of the circles. That's one of the demographics that he served. The other demographic that he served, funny enough, were the same woman in question. A lot of his viewership, when you get down to his analytics, it wasn't just men. It was the same woman, the successful woman, number one, that were calling in. And then peep this, women that were calling in to see what the successful woman looked like. So he basically just had two groups that were like, against each other, coming together on a platform and putting ideas on a table and actually talking to each other. It's kind of genius when you think about it. Do y'all get it? So he had men that felt like they were disenfranchised in a conversation, talking to the woman that they're mad at, right? Because the incel community, they're mad at these women. So you had basically two enemies, you understand? Quote unquote weirdo niggas talking to women that think that they're high value and won't settle. And it opened up a lot of conversation. Now, I peep everything on like okay, what was the point? You understand? When it comes to the black community, to me there's always an asterisk. Some people agree with what I'm about to say. Some people say, no, you need to get over it. And the asterisk is, like, okay, I spent a good portion of my life trying to understand the influence of the abuse that black people have had over the 400 years. I'm not going to be long-winded on that. I'm just saying, like, there's like two different groups of black people where it's like, okay, well, all the stuff that happened to us, like, can we move on from that and stop referencing it? And then there's people like me who, critically thinking, can never say, like, okay, well, you were abused. You were, in terms of relationships, you were taught for a very long time that being together is not a good thing. First of all, by force during slavery, and then through interventions and interference to this day, where black men and black women being together is like, oh my God, it's like a big thing. So there's psychological manipulation there without any kind of psychological healing. And any of y'all that study psychology know that it's weird to blame victims for not being able to figure it out without being having some kind of treatment and understanding how they got to the place to where they are. So I had peeped that, where it's like, okay, here's the thing that has been happening for a long time. I'll shut the video down, right? Like, black men and black women constantly arguing, especially in the internet and media. Most of our movies have to do something with the dysfunction of black men and black women, whether it's from slave movies to any kind. Y'all know the Amazon Prime movies where it's like all the black movies about black relationships and baby mama and baby daddy drama and this one in jail. White people don't do it's not just white people. No other group of people really put this out on Front Street, but we do. The dysfunction that we have, we laugh at it, and we put it on social media like it's something good to be talking about, not realizing what's behind that. So I say all that to say when this brother started putting some of these ideas to the forefront and like, you know, very entertainingly putting some of these chicks on blast for like having weird expectations and, you know, kind of putting the brothers in their place, you know, like letting them know I'm not just speaking to you broke ass niggas that ain't doing nothing, you know, with your life. You understand that you guys have quit on the idea of going out there and making something for yourself and still wanting these chicks to like laud after you. He did a good balance of that. I want to make sure that you guys watched it like how I did, in terms of it just being entertaining and realizing that a lot of the stuff in the black community is not like, it hasn't been addressed enough for us to start pointing blame. Because here's where you will go. It's a circular argument where it's like the black women that make, black and Latin women, I should say, you know, because our communities are kind of intermingled. But the black and Latin women that are out here super successful doing their thing, the age-old argument is black men are like, our women are too hard and too independent and too tough, and a lot of these weirdos that are like, oh, I only date. I have no problem with who you date. I'm just saying you're weird if you say this, because nobody else says this about their women. I don't date black women because they're too tough and mean, and I date white women because, you understand, they're a little bit softer to us and cater. Well, the gender roles have been switched for us on purpose for a long time. A lot of y'all don't even take that into consideration, and so we're lost in that aspect. But I'm not going to preach to y'all, you understand? We have that going. And then the black women are like, well, the brothers have left us to fend for ourselves, and we don't find them attractive anymore because they left us. And we know how, you know, in a relationship dynamics across any kind of race, it's always a thing like, okay, well, if the men are not going to be manly, like, we're not really attracted to us. Like, pussies dry up. You understand? And so we have this kind of weird dysfunction. We looking at each other like competition instead of companions. And the things behind that, the socioeconomic issues haven't been addressed. And so when I see these black relationship people talking, I'm always, I can't help it, y'all. I know, like I said, I know there's a group of us that are like, come on, man, like, we need to get past that. Until we address those things, the gender wars are always going to be some kind of trigger worthy thing to me. I always look at it like, oh, okay, I guess they're hitting the gender war button, but they'll never, like many things, they'll never talk about how we can come to some kind of communion, black men and women, and heal some of this shit. So I didn't mean to get preachy, but again, shout out to Kevin Samuels. He started the conversation again, and it's a good thing where we can bring things to the table. And y'all can say whatever y'all want about his legacy, you understand? But just know, as a black man, to do anything noteworthy in today's day and age, especially on these internet streets, and to get to 1 million views, it's an uphill battle, you understand? He worked in corporate America. I know a lot of people feel, you know, like these type of brothers are weird and corny and sellouty. Give the man, you know, his flowers for trudging through a path that is not easy, you understand? And so with all that said, be careful of these gender war people. Be careful of the gender war. Watch it like you watch everything else for entertainment. Some of y'all, from y'all responses in the comment, like the men, y'all would like die for this thing. You understand? Like, watch everything in this reality, you know, with an eye of entertainment, and be careful what you're throwing all your energy into. That's all I got to say. Anyway, y'all, thanks for watching the vid, man. Any comments, I'm trying to put more videos out. You know, you can like and subscribe. Tell me how do you guys feel about the gender war? What do y'all think? What do y'all think about that whole agenda, especially in the black community? You understand? Like, do you think it's productive to talk about these things? Do you think it's productive for us to like point out who's right or wrong? What kind of things should we discuss like going forward? Anyway, have a beautiful day, y'all. Peace.